Welcome back, my duelist friends. Casual Duelist here, and it's Wednesday, so I've been trying to shuffle the crap out of this common charity Deskbot build for you guys, and we're going to go ahead and try to do some test hands for you today. So, couple first, couple second, just kind of show you. Again, this one's a little more mid-range. This isn't sort of like the big, almost OTK that we're going to have starting tomorrow with the, the regular advanced list version of the game. This one plays a little more mid-range, as you guys saw with the deck lists. And again, if you haven't seen the deck list, maybe pause this and go check that out first. But I do use a couple traps. I do use some solemn strikes, and we also use battle faders because, common charity is still a little turbulent, and we're still just trying to figure out what's going to work, what's not going to work. So a lot of stuff that may not be played later is getting played now. Like that Twin Twister you just maybe saw a couple of times there real quick. So let's go ahead, cut the deck, and see what we get. So I'm going to go first. I got a machine dupe. I got a 4. I got a 3. I got an 8. And I got a 3. So not terrible. And again, if you're just looking for like a big power build, it's going to be pretty simple. All you're going to do is you're going to want to summon 3 for 2. If we went second, we would have got a battle fader, which would have been bad. So yeah, 3 for 2. When 2 is special summoned, you can add 1 Deskbot card from your deck to your hand. So which is base, I guess. At which point we could go ahead and swing out our dupe. We can add 2 more 2s to the field because, again, right now 2 is going to be giving everybody else power. So 2 is the only legal target that we have boarded. And we're going to get 2 2s, so we're going to be able to do what we want. And what that's going to be is to add 2 more cards from our deck to our hand. So I've already got an 8. I want to grab 7. Let's just grab 7 and 5. Because 7 should be our 10 scale. And if anybody's worried about maybe I made the wrong play here, let me know in the comment section. As long as it's constructive, we'll probably be okay. But I get a week to build 2 decks most of the time, and that's going to include play testing and not counting my work life. So you got to figure I'm working 2 60-hour-a-week jobs between YouTube and this game. So, YouTube and my real job. So I do apologize. But right now this would be the move I would make. Because honestly, I would set my scales with the 7 and the 8. And then we'd go ahead and play our Deskbot base. Then I can reveal the 3 cards in my hand and get 3 new cards after I shuffle. So again, I didn't really need to grab 5. I just did. Right now, the Deskbot 3 is resting at 15 from these guys, plus an extra 5 from the base. So it's at 25, and everybody else is at 2K. So again, if we did go second, we had that battle fader in our hand. We're still in a very good setup, and actually Deskbot 3 would be able to pump up somebody else as well. And that's before you start going and touching the extra deck. So again, we get through 3, right? So we get 3. There's the battle fader. So it'd be our 2 6s. And I guess if you wanted to play around, you could look at that, but you don't need to. So again, we could swing our scales now if we wanted to. And we would be able to generate both 6s. Now, when those are special summoned, you can change battle positions of cards, blah, 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 blah. That would be fine. But we don't have to. Again, is there any purpose in any of this? Well, if you did go second, again, I didn't. I went first. This would be the point where I would just basically hold off, or I would try to play something like my Borreload, just to set up into a bigger position. I don't have any tuners, so we're not going to go into any of our synchro plays. and our levels are set up wrong for any Xyz. So right now, like things that you could do, you could play Steel Star Regulator, you could play Triple Burst Dragon, you guys could play your Borload Dragon, which would be fine. After you did that, you'd still be able to dust off another 2. So additionally, I mean, we could get rid of 2 of the 2s, whatever you wanted, and just sort of just build with your links. But yeah, no, it's fine. Now let's see if we get those 2s all separated, because this is something I was having an issue with yesterday. I was trying to shuffle this thing all night, and these guys just kept clumping, because I was able to generally get the machine dupe off. And again, 2's my favorite. He's my favorite target for the machine dupe because you generate the cards in hand, which is again another reason why I don't mind the twin twisters. So it just is what it is. So let's go second this time, and then I won't have to go, oh well, I could have, but if I went second, then no. I hate when I do that. It's just like when you're trying to show both first and second at the same time. Like, I feel like you get, if I do 3 hands, then you've really had 6 hands that way. But it just comes off as me being a stuttering silly goose. And, yeah, I don't like that. So, that's why I normally cut the deck off screen, is because my hands are being silly right now. So, let's go ahead, let's get our 5, put our deck down. What do we get? Got a limiter, so I mean, I like that for a going second hand. 5, dupe, fader, Deskbot base. Hopefully we get something. Got terraforming. Terraforming for base. Just no thought process there. It's just a Deskbot card we'll be able to send back 2. And try to get one of our either a 2 or a 3. Again, 3 would be the optimal pick here. But if we do that, then we kind of lose out on our ability to do that. So you basically have to send 1 for 1 and then just hope. So Deskbot base, that's fine. Send back your 5. Keeping the other Deskbot base so that you could set it over the top. And hopefully we get lucky on the 1 card. If not, well, you lost this round. And that's as far as it goes. So we got 4. 4 might do something. Alright, so then you can play over the top of your Deskbot base by setting it. This will allow you to play out your 4. You would be able to machine dupe. So we're going to go ahead and rally the 4s. How close was I? No. I can't even complain that it was just 1 card away. So, okay, we've used our normal summon. We're not quite to a link 4. In fact, we won't get a link 4 at all this round. The 4s can do things, but they can't do anything that's going to cause any damage. So we won't get the OTK this round. We can get them all up to 1,000 by flipping our field spell back. Which means we could make them all 2,000 with a limiter removal. Again, that's very short of being game. If we take a look at our extra deck, just real quick, we do have the ability to get into Vespinato, because what we could do is we could actually go into a Tornado Dragon if we needed to. Tornado Dragon could then peel a material, pop a card if it helps the situation, and then Xyz into the Vespinato from there. Again, that's going to be 1,000, so it'd be 2,000, and this will just go up to 5k. So again, that's not quite a game. Outside of that, like Steel Star Regulator might be your best bet. You're gonna gain 12, so it'll be up to 2,200. When it's link summoned using an Xyz monster, which we wouldn't have done, we'd be able to then once per turn target a non-linked monster the opponent controls with attack equal to or less than 22. Again, that's not gonna give us game. So going second, it's not going to give us game. There's not really a good going first method there. And again, that's a real thing with this deck. That's a reason that we don't really see this deck a lot. Is the brick potential is real. I would almost say it's like 48% of the time. Because again, it's one of those little glass cannon strategies. It's meant more for having fun. And in Common Charity, at least, it either happens or it doesn't. Like, there's no... I could have gone into, like, IP Masquerena and then sat and then waited for my opponent to do something and then go to Unicorn. Like, I just don't have that luxury in Common Charity where we have that in the regular advanced game. So, let's go first. And I'm going to start shuffling off camera again because I just can't do that. I don't know. That's why I haven't been playing too many of those remote duels. And we'll go ahead and cut it. And we're going to go first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, not the world's best. Not enough to be worth setting up much of anything. Going first, literally just summon your 4 and pass turn. If you want to try to attempt a bluff, you set the limiter removal with it. But honestly, if they're going to go for the battle, you can just save the limiter removal and not have to worry about whether it gets popped off. 4 still lets you, again, drop a 9 during the damage calculation during either player's turn. Makes the guy worth 5k. Of course, your opponent doesn't take any damage, but you will be able to get a card based on its effect. And then if you do go second, I guess you got a terraforming, at which point you could try to reshuffle all of that. Or try to reshuffle it anyway on your next turn. So, slightly better, but again, very, very situational. It's just a fun deck, which is why I play it, but like, it does have the brick potential, so you do have to be aware of that. And we're going to do one last one. We're going to go second, because it would finish it out 2 and 2. All right, and it's cut. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, kind of wishing I'd seen a 3 up. Again, it's pretty much going to be the same thing. You're almost going to lead with 4 and just see what happens. We do get to draw, though, because we are going second, so we're going to have a Battle Fader. So it's not a bad plan. You're not going to lose on your next turn for sure. And then the next turn after that, if nothing gets adjusted, we'll go into a strike. If you ended up adjusting, let's toss the 9 out and do a shuffle just for giggles. So we can play a little bit of, well, maybe. And then, like, when it's not something important, we won't even worry about it. And I just keep throwing everything everywhere, guys. So, like, I think the best case scenario would be to pull out the field spell or something. Okay, you know what? Yeah. Whatever, just cut it. And it would only have been a 6. So again, it's not a big deal one way or the other. This play gives you, I guess, a little bit more. You'd still hold on to your fader unless you'd already had to use it. And then you'd have probably board 6 and 5 as your scales, summoning your 9 and your 2. 2 gets a special summon, which allows you to grab something, so you could always grab for a 3 in order to normal summon the 3. And to go ahead, special summon another 2, grab something. That would be a Deskbot card. Again, at this point, do you need the field spell? Maybe. Just whatever. I do apologize if the test hands made you mad because they just weren't as epic. But honestly, the deck is more... Like, you have to have a situation in front of it for the deck to really want to respond, as opposed to just trying to put stats on the table, because the deck doesn't always do that right. Especially not in Common Charity. But it's still worth playing, and it's a fun little gimmick. It's very cheap. Most everything in this deck was like cents. Like, I don't think any card was really dollars. Okay, like the Twin Twisters were probably a couple bucks, but I already had them. The Instant Fusion's a few bucks, but I already had it. The Machine Dupes, again, thanks to Cyber Strike, I already had them. I already said Twin Twister, right? Yeah. Reborn already had them. The Strikes, I already had them. Those would have been a few bucks. Like, all the main, like, Deskbot cards. Again, I'm pretty sure I picked them up for just under $5 altogether. And I'm talking full playset, not just what you saw here. And that includes like 3 copies of the Deskbot Jet. So I do hope that you guys enjoyed this. And hopefully you guys like tomorrow's deck a little bit better than you like the Common Charity one. Either way, I hope to see you guys then. You guys have a great day. Later.